What's up, guys? Welcome back to S&S Smithing. Today we're talking about railroad spikes. Alrighty, guys, today's plan is we're going to do a railroad spike knife, but not just any knife. We're going to attempt to make a railroad spike Seax, and the plan is I have it welded onto a piece of rebar just to make it easier. I don't got to fiddle around with tongs or whatever. What the plan is, I'm going to draw out the blade. Well, first we're going to squish out this section here, make it a little smaller, give a little bit extra length, and we're going to forge out a Seax style blade on the end, put in a twist. I don't know if it'd be pineapple twist or just plain twist. And on this end, we're going to, between forge and grind, and engrave in a mjolnir on the back here on the head. So stick with me, guys. We're getting started on it. So we're going to go ahead and get started on getting some drawn outness out of this. Alright, so I knocked off the corners here, so whenever I twist it now, it'll be a more comfortable grip. The edges won't be digging into your hand so much. So, next thing we're going to do is take her over the vise and give her a twist. So, there's our twist in the handle. The next thing we gotta do is get started on the blade. Get started on drawing out the blade portion here. I'm putting in a slight upset or set down right here at the end of the handle. So that way whenever the blade gets drawn out, it should hit a belly here. Then we'll have a nice spot so your finger won't slide up over the blade. Alright. Getting there. starting to forge the tip for the broke back Seax. I'm going to forge it and try to over curve it for whenever I start forging in the bevel. It's going to try to make it bend back out. So if I put in a little bit of a preventative bend here in the tip, it should even itself out back by the time I get to putting in the bevel right there. Alright, so now we're going to start beveling it. Whenever you start beveling, start at the very heel of the blade right back here, and then start going until you get it around between 2 and 3 mils wide at the edge. Alright, and then keep your hammers in a consistent spot instead of just hitting it and following the metal down. Hit one spot here, and then as you hit it, you'll see the bevel start to define itself here, and that'll keep you from having a bunch of random hammer marks in where your bevel's got to be. Alrighty guys, so the major forging on this is done. I just gotta clean some stuff up, you know, take out any bends and deep hammer marks and planishing it. And once that's all done, we'll go over to a pre-heat treat grind. Just even everything up, do some profile grinding on it, and then heat treater, clean it up, and then pretty much the blade portion of this is done. Alrighty guys, so she's cooled off really nicely. There's our twist. Our blade is forged in. So what's left to do is do some profile grinding on it, clean up any rough edges. And then there's not a whole lot of profile work to do. Just some thick spots to even up, and there's some little chewed up bits right there where your hand might rub against. Try to clean that up a little bit, and then go ahead and give her a heat treat.
Perfect.
Alrighty guys, so we got our profile all ground in, cleaned up. Edge is relatively one thickness now. I left the tip a little bit thicker because they tend to overheat during heat treating. And I didn't make it to the final point yet for the same reason. So next thing we're going to do is heat this up and then give her a quench. And then do our final grind. And then this end will be done. Then we're going to have to cut this off of the rebar here and then get started on putting the mjolnir in the back. Alrighty guys, this week's video shout out goes to Rusty Pearson. He's a smith down in Australia. He's been in and out of making videos for a while now, but he's back now. He's got some interesting projects. So go check him out, show him some love, guys, alright? Okay, guys, so for the heat treat for this, now that we got the profile ground, what we're going to be doing is we're going to normalize it 3 times before we quench it. And then we're going to go ahead and do a water quench. And then that'll be it. For heat treat it, we'll take it inside after we cut this off, throw it in the oven for a couple hours to temper it, because I don't feel like doing the torch tempering today. We'll temper it in the water, or in the oven, then we'll come back after that's all done and talk about what's going on next with the blade, and then we're going to talk about the procedure we're going to do to make the mjolnir on the back. Alright, my process I'm going for normalizing here is I'm heating it up to non-magnetic. I have this little welder's magnet right here beside the forge. I'm heating it up to non-magnetic, and then I'm sticking it in the hardy hole of the anvil and letting it air cool until it's cool enough to touch, and then I'm going to do that 2 more times. Alright, so I'll see you guys again whenever it comes to the quench. So we got a little bit of scale pop, just good. It's mostly along the edge, so I think this railroad spike may be pretty hard for what spike. Bites in a little bit still, but it's a railroad spike, so it ain't gonna be super hard or nothing. So now I just cut off the rebar here and then throw her into the oven. Alrighty guys, so we got her cut off of the rebar handle. Feels nice in the hand. I kinda like it. So next thing we're gonna do here is toss her in the oven about 425 for an hour or 2, and then take her out, finish up do some grinding here on the blade, and then we might save the putting in the mjolnir on the head here until next week's video. So we'll finish off the knife, everything except for sharpening, but we'll do the mjolnir and sharpening of the knife, and then some testing with it in the next video. Alright guys, so I'll throw this in the oven and I'll be right back. Alright, she's all tempered. Now we're going to go ahead work on the final grind here a little bit, and then in the next video we're going to go over putting the mjolnir on the end here and sharpening it. So let's get to grinding. Alrighty guys, so there she is. The final grind put in. So there's the railroad spike Seax. Next video we're going to put mjolnir on this end here and sharpen it up. So stay tuned. Always remember guys, like, share, comment, and subscribe.